Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to show a video on the Sony A7R II and how it functions with a couple of Canon mount lenses and also a couple of adapters. So right now I've got the Sigma MC-11 with the Canon 51-2, and this is the lens that I use the most almost all day. It's mounted to my camera almost all the time, and I could almost glue it to it. But anyways, I'll also say that right now it's showing f1.3, but it is shooting wide open. If that bugs you, you can go in and switch it to show half stops instead of third stops, but it is shooting wide open. So I'll show you this and just say that focus is spot on. I don't know if I've had a single misfocus shot. Even during receptions and toasts and low light and dancing and all of that, shooting at ISO 4000 at 125th of a second, things like that, it is just spot on, and it locks focus and just, yeah, I love it. So that's what that looks like, and again, this is the Sigma MC-11, and one thing to take note of is it has a light on the side, and Sigma is basically advertising this as a Sigma only lens type of adapter, and I don't know why they've done this. I don't know if it's just a legal thing so that they kind of stay out of hot water, but they say that anything else is incompatible. Well, what I've found is that all of my Canon glass works flawlessly. The only lens that I've used on this that doesn't is a Tamron 7200 VC, and it just kind of does some funky things. But all of my Canon glass, the 85-1.2, the 51.8, the 51.2, the 42.8, the Tokina 16-28 2.8, all of those lenses function absolutely flawlessly. And I'm going to put this into continuous AF and show that also. It just locks on, and I love it. Also, I've been using the the medium and the large box, and that's what I've been having the best results with. I've found that I don't need the small point much because I feel like it just, I don't even know, it just knows what I want to focus on, and it just pegs focus, which is doing okay with the small point, but not too good. So I've been using the large mostly, unless I get in way close and I need to focus on some small points. So anyways, that's that. And also, I would say you need to switch the AF system to phase only. If you put it in a contrast, it's absolutely unusable. So this adapter, this lens combo, the 85-1.2, it's all been amazing. Now I will show the Sigma 35. Okay, so this is when this all changes, because now with this lens, this lens basically operates as a Sony native lens, which in some ways it's good, and some people will like this, I'm sure, but now you can't switch the AF system, which I don't know why they've done this. I mean, I guess the reason is that you can use the advanced focus features, like you can use the lock-on features like this, which you can't do with Canon glass, and that's fine, but in low light situations it just in single shot AF it just hunts quite a bit. It locks on and it's accurate. That time it wasn't. Let's see. Okay, spot on. I think it hit the edge. So again, it's fast, but it hunts. And this is kind of what Sony native lenses do as well. And in low light, in reception and dancing and toasts and things like that, it is completely unusable. I haven't been able to use it at all. So what I wish is that Sigma would allow this adapter to be put in some type of, like, almost like a dumb mode that you could switch it to phase focus only, because again, you can't change it. So now it's using the hybrid system, which just kind of drives me nuts, because I like this adapter more than the Metabones. The Metabones with the 51.2, I've had the camera absolutely freeze up a few times at 2 separate weddings, and luckily it hasn't happened at a insane time that I haven't been able to change it, but both times when it's happened I've switched to the Sigma MC-11, and that's what I've been using until the end of the night when dancing goes on and I want to use a wide angle, so I throw on the 35. And then if I have the Sigma adapter on, it's just completely unusable. Now, one thing I haven't tried is I haven't tried continuous AF at night. So I don't know if it might be usable. But as you can see, it's still, even in continuous, it still kind of hunts a little bit, which drives me nuts. So now I'm going to show this same combo on the Metabones adapter. Okay, so now I've got the Metabones on, and this has the latest update. I think it's like 0.49. And now you can see, now with the Sigma lens you can actually switch it to phase detect autofocus. And now it will just peg focus, no hunting, and again it is absolutely as accurate as it gets. And you can now switch it to AFS, and again it will just nail focus and no hunting. So that's that lens, and now I will show it with the 51.2. Okay, here we go. So the Metabones, I've found that it's flawless with all the lenses that I've tested on it, except it has froze up a couple times, and that has just made it unusable to me. And I also just bought the Comlight adapter, and I also bought the PhotoDiox Pro and attempted to use that as kind of just the Sigma lens adapter, just to use when I'm using Sigma glass, and I found that it's completely, both the Comlight and the PhotoDiox Pro have been completely unusable. So anyways, that's what I would say. So I just wish that Sigma would give the option to switch it to like a basic mode, so that you could switch it to phase only instead of using the advanced focus features, which I don't use anyways. Otherwise, if I only had Canon glass, I would basically just use the Sigma adapter, because I don't like spending $400 on this adapter just to use with one Sigma lens during dancing. So that's what I would say. If you only have Canon glass, I would go for the Sigma adapter because it costs less. And if I was shooting only Sigma glass, I would basically use the Metabones adapter, and that'll give you the most reliable, fastest focus. So anyways, post comments if you have the Metabones and the 51.2, and let me know if you've had any issues with the 51.2 freezing up, because I've used the 85 and the Tokina 16-28, I've used the 51.8, I've used the 42.8, and I haven't had a single issue with it. So I wish I could just use one or the other and just send one back, but it looks like at this point I'm going to be using the Sigma MC-11 on all Canon glass, and then I'll use the Metabones adapter anytime I'm shooting the Sigma lens, which it is what it is until maybe they change it. So anyways, let me know if you have any questions on these and if you've had any different results than that. All right,